Oh, yes, it's big. It's huge. There's never been a bigger scandal in the history of the United States. So much for Watergate and Teapot Dome. Donald Trump says he just uncovered the biggest scandal in history, but there's a big problem, and spoiler alert, like most things Trump claims are huge, this one is only... well, it's so small it might not even exist. Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. So, the past couple of weeks have seen no shortage of political chaos from Trump's legally questionable or outright unconstitutional executive orders to his announcement of tariffs on Mexico and Canada, which he immediately backed off on, to the gong show lineup of cabinet officials he has paraded before the Congress. And now he wants to turn the Gaza Strip, a territory the United States does not even own, into an Israeli Riviera, a sort of Middle Eastern Mar-a-Lago. It's a miracle Americans can still find liquor on their shelves, my goodness. But, by far, no scandal has quite caused more widespread anxiety or more fury in Washington than Trump's appointment of Elon Musk as the head of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE as it's more colloquially known. This week alone has seen Musk try to shut down the United States Agency for International Development, USAID is the way we commonly refer to it. It's the primary foreign aid agency in the country. Worse, the Muskrat-in-Chief has also granted a group of college students full access to the Department of the Treasury records. None of these people, including Musk himself, have undergone any kind of background check or vetting process. And Trump and Musk have also begun to fire or pressure government civil servants to resign. And they say they found a bigger scandal? In other words, the usual Washington logjam has turned into a full-blown calamity. Musk's actions have already sparked lawsuits, and Democrats in the Congress have begun filing bills to block his actions, as well as impeachment articles against Donald Trump. Maybe the man wants to go for a record-breaking third impeachment. He's well on his way. But we digress. Trump and the Muskrat-in-Chief now claim they've uncovered the biggest scandal ever through their attempts to shutter USAID. They claim the popular political news site Politico was actually funded by USAID, making it state-run media. But wait, there's more. It turns out Trump and the Muskrat didn't actually read their whole reports. If they had, they would know they've made one hell of a mix-up. As it turns out, they haven't exposed any corruption at all. All of USAID's financial records are public, which makes Musk's meddling look even more pointless, not to mention dubious. It also looks like their showboating over USAID is actually backfiring. So, the key here is that Trump and Musk apparently don't understand the difference between... okay, heck, let's let someone from Washington better explain this. Someone that better understands and lives through the situation every day. Adam Kinzinger, take it away.
So in case you're not watching, which God bless you for not, fake agency DOGE is pretending like they found some scandal that USAID initially gave $8 million to Politico for fake news all over Europe. Well, here's the truth. The truth is, the entire federal government over the last basically 10 years gave $8 million to Politico for access to Politico Pro, which is a news database. By the way, my office had it. The Speaker of the House's office spent $10,000 last year on it. So actually, the House of Representatives was, I think, close to a quarter of the entire spending on Politico. Again, every office gets to buy access to this news agency and various news agencies. You'll see it to the Wall Street Journal, Washington Post, etc. They tried to pretend like this is money given to USAID for some misinformation. Pure lie. By the way, I hope Politico sues the crap out of them because that's the only way they're going to win this back. But here's the interesting point. They're making a big deal about this. How much money has the federal government for services, for legitimate services, given to SpaceX? How much has the federal government given to Tesla? When is DOGE going to audit, again, fake agency DOGE, it's not real. When is it going to audit those contracts and cancel those contracts and say that those contracts are corrupt when they weren't? Probably never. So what's really happening here? They're trying to say, look at the hand over here, while the corruption hand keeps doing whatever it wants. Democrats, another free message for you. How come there's not many people out there saying this stuff? Anyway, take care. It's all corruption. And it's all corruption from the fake Doge people.
That's right, folks. USAID isn't paying for Politico. It's paying to borrow one of the news agency's search tools. House Speaker Mike Johnson, Lauren Boebert, and a host of other Republican lawmakers actually use the tool known as Political.pro. It helps them keep track of regulation, new laws, and get this, government spending. You know, the kind that the Muskrat-in-Chief says he needs unfettered access to high-level government agencies to secure. Oh, and the MAGA set that are celebrating that Politico didn't pay its employees this week? That was from a payroll glitch, not from the Muskrat. Musk has also erroneously claimed that USAID gave Politico $8 million. In reality, a small portion of that came from USAID, totaling only about $40,000, while other funds came from other government agencies. It also looks like this could be a politically motivated smear campaign. The Trump administration actually kicked Politico out of the Correspondents' Corner in the Pentagon on January 31st, long before this funding stupidity even began. The renewed interest in links between Politico and USAID have, however, brought to light some real spending scandals. In the past 24 hours, keen-eyed journalists have revealed that Elon Musk's companies have received a whopping $15 billion from federal contracts. Our colleague Brian Krasenstein also uncovered a few other hors d'oeuvres as well. Those include $2 billion to Fisher Sand and Gravel for services building a non-existent border wall. Trump personally pressured officials on the move since the CEO of Fisher is a Republican mega-donor. The aircraft company Lockheed Martin got $45 billion and spent almost $500,000 on Republican candidates. Boeing, another aircraft company, got $100 billion and also spent $500,000 on Republican candidates and another $13 million lobbying for right-wing policies. The information company Palantir got a $1 billion contract and spent $340,000 of it on the RNC. An additional $1 million went to Trump's super PAC. CoreCivic, a private prison company, got $500 million in contracts while sending millions in political contributions to Republicans. The GEO Group, another private prison company, also got $1 billion, then spent the maximum amount of money legally possible on Trump's re-election. In other words, the scandal here is not Politico or that USAID gave Politico money. It's that Elon Musk is illegally disrupting the government functions in the United States, bullying and intimidating government employees, using a gang of thugs to steal our private data, and that businesses that received government contracts from the Trump administration bankrolled his re-election, as well as that of other GOP politicians. So, no, USAID is not funding Politico as state media. No, this is not a scandal that only Musk and Trump could have uncovered. These records have always been publicly available to anyone willing to read them. And no, it's not a defense of Elon Musk's illegal meddling in our government. It's just the latest example of the total and utter incompetence of the Trump-Musk administration, as well as an illustration of its own corruption. And it's more lies spread by both of these twits. Another distraction from the real scandals currently eating away at our democracy. I'm David Reddish.